Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
And we're back in the same state and same studio talking about the same things, guys of a certain age. Robbie Koblenz alongside
Art Shirley.
And Jay the same Reed.
Jay
Dr. Sleep.
Jay the same. Is that like, Robert the Angry or something? I don't know.
That's pretty much me. Yeah, just the same.
The same.
Robert the Bruce.
Robert the Bruce. Jay the Reed.
Jay the Reed.
Oh,
Jay the Reed.
I like
Reed.
that.
You like that? Jay the Reed. So, yeah, first time in a little while we've been together.
I know. And you've been to NAB and we really haven't heard anything about it yet.
There wasn't really anything there. Okay. I was at Vegas for, 6 days?
Can't talk about it.
Well, I did go to the Meow Wolf Omega Mart experience.
I saw those pictures. What is that?
Boy, that is just crazy. So Meow Wolf is a creative art installation company, and they took like 4,000 square feet at this place called Area 15 in Vegas. And that Area 15 is like an event space. I've been to it for some other things. It's just got a real cool vibe. It's got, like axe throwing and stuff like this. Anyway, they created this kind of nonlinear story about this Walmart knockoff called Omega Mart, and it has a very X-Files feel to it, where you go into the front, which is the grocery store, but you have ways to get back to the back. And so Omega Mart was like mining some type of ethereal sort of mineral that's kind of quasi-magical. They were putting in stuff, and like the founder disappears mysteriously one night, and it's just really kind of creepy. So it's kind of got a Stranger Things vibe, but you wander around this thing all the way. I mean, people spend like 8-10 hours trying to find all the clues to solve the mysteries. And so we spent a couple hours there. It's really, really cool. Jay, you would love it. I mean, it's like a choose your own adventure, but you have no book.
Okay.
Wow, that sounds really cool.
It really.
I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah.
Had you?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know what you're doing.
So one of my employees at Luva, well, you never know what I'm doing.
I suppose.
So one of my employees at Luva.
He's a mystery.
I am a mystery. Meow Wolf, I think, is based in Phoenix, and she's from Arizona, New Mexico. I can't remember. And they've got an installation there. This is the one they put in at Vegas. And so it was really kind of crazy. It would have been, it was like Scooby-Doo meets X-Files meets Stranger Things with a little bit of, I don't know, maybe The Office or Office Space thrown in.
Wow, that's an interesting combination.
It was kind of, because they had training videos playing in different places, and then there was this mystic that guided the daughter of the founder on this ethereal journey that she was trying to find her father and her unborn child. Yeah. Okay. It was kind of cool. So, but anyway, that was part of NAB.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, and there wasn't really a whole lot of NAB. But anyway, I'm back, and you were in Orlando, right? Right, Jay?
I was, yes.
The land of Happy Disney.
Yeah, we did Disney Springs for an afternoon, basically baked, and but it wasn't too bad.
Disney Springs. No,
I got 114 pressed pennies for my effort.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
Just 114.
114.
We're like kids waiting in line. How many more does he have to do?
That old man.
They have made it so easy now. You go up to the machine. There's
you put a credit card in, and
basically you put a credit card up, and it pops out 8 pennies. Yeah.
No kidding. I was joking. That's how it really works.
Yeah.
Why did you need that many pennies?
Because they're all different, and I didn't have them.
God, why would you even ask, Robbie?
The disappointment. I'm thinking
the disappointment
was what Melissa had.
There was one machine, and it was in one of the Star Wars shops. One machine was out of order.
Wait a minute. So you had to go to several machines and do this.
He went to 114 different machines.
Oh gosh, yes, yeah. Because like,
I don't know why I was thinking you got hit one button.
I didn't get 114. No, there was 9 machines that had 8 pennies each, and then there was the rest of them with either 3 or 4, and I think House Blues had 1.
Okay,
but. Yeah,
what's your exchange rate? How much how much does that service cost you?
Because normal machines across the country are 2 quarters and a penny, and you get your penny back. suppressed.
But it's no longer legal
Disney
tender.
is correct. Disney is at least $1, but on the 8-penny machines, you got all 8 pennies for $5. So
the land of Mickey's money.
yeah, pretty much. So, but Melissa's very accommodating, and Charlie and Lauren would help me find machines, and it's fun. It's like, I mean, I don't like to
I'm getting
shop.
a sad picture there of like, here, let's go here, Jay. Thank you.
Dad's at it again.
That's right.
No, actually,
Can we ride something? No, I got to get pennies.
Well, Disney Springs is just shopping, and I'm not in shopping and eating, and I'm not much of a shopper, so this gives me something to do.
You probably saved quite a bit by not shopping.
By buying pennies.
By buying pennies. You probably
right.
that's a wise move.
Yeah. I like Disney Springs. I've only been there once.
Well, Charlie, my son-in-law, he gets good son-in-law credit, because when I texted him before we left, said, hey, there's pennies at Disney Springs, I want to try to get some, and he replied and said, hey, that sounds like fun. We did it. He helped me do it at last week at Universal. It's like, yes, you have passed the son-in-law test. You are in.
They say daughters look for their fathers in their husbands. So maybe he's a closet penny shopper too.
Probably not, but we appreciate him.
Yeah,
that's good.
And then Art's been here.
Yeah, I've been here.
Okay, all right. Let's jump into geeks.
I am going to Nashville tomorrow, but
oh, cool. Yeah. What you doing in Nashville?
We're meeting the movers who are going to pick up Drew's stuff and take it to Seattle. So I'm still involved in kids' moves.
Be careful if you stand under a rooftop bar.
Oh, yeah. Morgan Wallen.
Dangerous place to be these days.
That's right. Oof. Anyway. All right, let's jump into some Geeks of the Week while we're all here and geeky. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Mine's not particularly exciting, just a couple of news items.
It's probably somebody dead.
No, it's not. Not actually.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe it is. TikTok has been officially banned. The president signed the bill yesterday, and so they've got to try to sell it. I can't remember who the owner is, but they've got to try to sell it, or it will no longer be allowed.
It's ByteDance, I think.
Yeah, some kind of weird
Chinese
name.
corporation.
Yeah, Anyway, so there's that. And then the other news was that they're going to take another look at net neutrality and try to reinstate that again, which I thought was good news. But and I'm always confused on what net neutrality is. But net neutrality means that internet service providers can't either block content or, to me, more importantly, throttle you after not you particular. That's been picking like Bart and Homer, but they can't throttle you after you've had a certain amount of use, or you don't slow you down at the end of the month or whatever. Which you'll see that sometimes.
But also part of net neutrality was basically declaring laid fiber or other internet pathways as public utilities almost. So say if C Spire spent millions of dollars laying fiber for residential use, they have to open the fiber for other parties.
Yeah. So that could be bad.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. Oh, the government will save us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter which party's in power. The government will save us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And also, the other bad side of that is, that does mean there will be more cost involved with it.
Imagine
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
on that heavy note.
Yeah. It was kind of a death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a death or a pocketbook. So, all right, Jay, what's your geek?
Well, this is interesting. I think Robbie.
Let us be the judge of that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I find it interesting because Robbie, having been to Chicago quite a few times, most recently, I guess, compared to the three of us.
I mean, compared to the two
of us that are remaining of the three.
Yeah.
Yes, you've been to Chicago a lot lately, and you like Lord of the Rings, but you don't love musicals.
But not going to go see it.
But there is a Lord of the Rings musical that it started in Toronto. The history was Toronto back in like 2006, and then it moved to the West End in London. And I'm not sure exactly kind of what's happened in the interim, because it didn't do well in the West End, but then it was kind of revived apparently with an immersive stage. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's a cast, it's puppets. It tells the story of Lord of the Rings from the Hobbit's perspective. On Bilbo's 11th birthday or something like that.
11th, that's right.
So anyway, it's coming to Chicago this summer for like a 12-week run, and I thought maybe you might be interested in checking it out.
Nope.
I think that's a nope from.
I think that's a nope.
Okay. That's a nope. That's a nope. That's a nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I think it'll be fun though.
Well, for those of us, it's so interesting. We do not plan our Geeks of the Week at all. If you don't want to travel to Chicago, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is being re-released this summer, June 8th, 9th, and 10th, with one movie a day.
Wow.
Fellowship of the Ring on a Saturday, Two Towers on a Sunday, Return of the King on Monday. So that's
Are they the extended versions?
I believe they are the extended versions, yes.
Will they be finished in time for the next one to start?
Who knows? They're the remastered 4K versions from 2020. So it's the extended versions, and so they're trying to get a little bit more money. There is the Battle of Rohirrim animated movie, which I think is releasing this fall.
Right.
You've got The Rings of Power Season 2, which is coming up as well. So if you don't want to see some stupid musical and you don't know how to read, then you can watch the original trilogy in mid-June.
Those are your choices.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll choose the musical.
You choose the musical.
Just got to find a way to get to Chicago.
Well, Amtrak goes.
Oh, that would be fun.
You think it would be, but it's not.
Well, I've
because
ridden Amtrak before. We did it to New Orleans. It was fun.
So the thing about the Amtrak from Greenwood to Chicago, you get on at 7 o'clock at night. You get off at 11 a.m. the next morning. It stops at 7 places between here and Chicago in the middle of the night.
And you're just in the chair. I mean, you're not like in a sleeper car.
Well, no, we got a sleeper car.
You did get a
that
sleeper
didn't help
car?
at all, no.
Because you're still stopping so often.
And that whistle. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you're in the train. So, yeah, I would buy the $300, round trip flight from Memphis to Chicago on United.
Okay.
That's what I would do. So a little bit cheaper, easier. You're not even in the air 60 minutes. It's crazy. So that's what you and Melissa should do.
Well, I'll
I'll go to. I'll go.
She
but
would
I'll,
not be interested in this musical, though.
Yeah.
I have got her to Memphis a couple times for musical events, and she's been happy. But I'm not sure Lord of the Rings would fit the
If I'm
And
going
with
to
puppets, right?
Huh?
With puppets.
Well, it said there's a human cast and large-scale puppets.
Oh, okay. So it's not like a Muppet version.
No.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what I was envisioning. But I'm still not going.
I've said, does it change anything?
No, but if I'm going to Chicago, I'm going to Portillo's, get a hot dog. I'm going to Wrigley Field to watch the Cubs. So.
Probably a lot like Lion King. One of those things where they've
Possibly
got,
so.
Okay.
Yeah, possibly.
That sounds good.
All right. That does it for Geeks. Now it's time for
Jay's regrettable segment.
Yes, we have
brought to you by
Brought to you by United Airlines,
No,
apparently.
some phantom sponsor, Smoothie King, who's dropped in
yeah,
the
that's
ads
right.
that we don't get money for.
but we're happy to have them. So this week is
Sure, we are.
I've got a character, but also there's a little story about the comic producer that I thought was interesting. The character is Moon Girl, not to be confused. This is Moon Girl from EC Comics from back in 1947. First issue of was in the Happy Houligans #1, which sounds rather odd. But apparently there was also another Moon Girl that came out in Marvel Comics about 2015. Very different Moon Girl, and incidentally, the newer Moon Girl will show up in our next segment. I'll come back to that. But
How about that?
This Moon Girl, very Wonder Woman-esque. Princess in an isolated civilization of warrior women, and decided to come to America. She, but rather, is it Steve Trevor that Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Okay. Rather than finding a Steve Trevor, she's searching for Prince Mingu, who was her suitor back on the island, I guess, or whatever. Comes to find him because he's in America. Finds him, and they sort of fight criminals together in her telepathically controlled airship. So a lot of similarities. She's got a
Visible or invisible?
Well, it didn't say, but I did think about that. She's got a moonstone she wears around the neck that enhances her powers, and it didn't really say what her powers are, only that she's far superior to any
kind of like a
any
Wonder
man.
Woman thing, just a strength thing.
Just very strong. But her comic run, so EC Comics,
William Gaines?
Max Gaines.
Max Gaines, okay, yeah.
So Max Gaines started that after coming from somewhere where he, was involved in I think Green Lantern. Let's see, Flash.
So he was part
Wonder
of
Woman.
DC.
Right. So he comes over. He wants to start something. It's called Educational Comics, and it's supposed to be like religious and moral stories. And it is for the brief time that he's there. He dies, his son takes over, and then it kind of turns into horror and gore.
Right. That's what's usually associated with EC comics.
Right.
Those were all the creepy and Vampirella and eerie.
Right. So it's
I think
interesting.
those are all EC.
Quick
Warren
turnaround
Publishing,
there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But as far as Moon Girl herself, there was one Moon Girl and the Prince. When it I guess after the Happy Houlihan issue, she got her own thing. But it was Moon Girl and the Prince for an issue. Then it was just Moon Girl for like 5 issues. And then the Moon Girl fights crime a couple of issues. And then it goes to romance. It was called A Moon, A Girl, Romance. And it was
What?
and the actual, like 2 guys, a girl in a pizza place. A Moon, A Girl, ... romance. And it's like a romance comic. And the actual Moon Girl superhero apparently appears only once.
Huh.
So,
EC Comics may not have been those, but I know it was known for the real horror stuff.
yeah, well, that's what this was saying, and her name
What
is
year was-
Claire Loon. Interesting.
okay.
Enough. This was 1947.
Did she have a middle name? D?
It did not did not speak of the middle name.
47. Okay.
Yeah, so not a lot of. She says she fights mostly females. Satana, not to be confused with Lady Satan, but Satana and the invaders from Venus, which, just like the book told us, women are from, men from Mars.
That's right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, when I looked it up, because I've noticed when I've looked these up outside of the book that we're working from, there's a little bit more info. But the first thing that came up was this Marvel girl.
Yeah.
Who is like a young girl with the Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur, and I don't know what all she was involved in. But she has stuff with the Avengers, stuff with Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't come around until 2015.
I think that's right. Maybe 2000. Yeah, 2015.
It seems like there's another moon
person. There's a Moon Boy.
Moon Boy
before
and
that.
a dinosaur or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
this was like a sequel to that.
Moon Maid. Maybe I'm thinking about the Edgar Rice Burroughs.
The other Moon Girl, her name was Lunella.
Lunella. Okay.
Oh, that's original.
Yeah.
We're desperate with the names, but anyway, I like this character, but it doesn't vary much from Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Maybe enough to be its own thing. So
What do you vote? Regrettable?
I'm neutral on the regrettable. I don't think she herself is regrettable, but I don't think there's anything special about her.
I'm kind of okay with her.
I am too.
What's our not regrettable?
Not regrettable.
Not regrettable.
Not regrettable.
I think there's some potential there. I mean, you've got plenty of superheroes that are basically, the
same
carbon copies.
Well,
of,
that's true. That's
of another
very true.
superhero.
Yeah. So, and I guess the romance element is a little different. So, who knows?
Okay.
So, not regrettable.
Not regrettable.
All right.
All right. A successful, not regrettable segment. So, all right, we're going to take a break, and I've got a sweeping change in the way we rate things coming up next.
Ooh.
And we're back. And, we've taken special episodes before to talk about, actors with high geek IQ. So I am going to propose something new to you, gentlemen. I'm glad you're both here. I propose the GOCA Geek Index, or the GOCA GI, which could have different meanings depending on the context used. But I think we take an actor or an actress, and we calculate their geek index by giving them numerical rank for what different geek franchises they've been in. I've got 3 tiers. So tier 1 is 3 points if they've been in a major franchise.
Okay.
Major franchises would be Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Doctor Who, Marvel, DCEU, DCU because they're different, and Game of Thrones.
Okay.
All right, 2 points per genre movie and 1 point per genre series.
Okay.
All right.
I'm already confused. Is this still tier 1?
No.
That was 2 different tiers.
Yeah, no, it's 3 different tiers. 3
right,
points per major
What are the
franchise.
franchises?
I'm proposing Star Wars, Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter,
Okay.
Doctor Who, Marvel, DCEU, the Snyderverse, DCU, and then Game of Thrones.
Marvel will include in the TV stuff as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, so major franchises 3, and what was the second one?
A genre
I am
series.
the recorder of this group. So
Yes, you are.
Genre series?
Yeah, if they appear in a genre series, what
Like
we
if
would
they were
consider.
in Lord of the Rings on Amazon, would that be in the?
I think that would be a genre series. No, Lord of the Rings has got to include
franchise, yeah.
Ring of Power. And,
Okay.
yeah.
So that includes that. But if they're in something that's like Fallout, that right now is not a franchise necessarily.
That's a genre series.
That's a
Okay.
genre series.
All right, and that was 2 points.
No, it's 1 point. Genre movie, because movies are still bigger than series.
Yeah, I gotcha.
2 points per genre movies. So I took the liberty of using said scale in ranking Jeffrey Wright.
Okay.
All right, so I went down his IMDb. He was the Watcher.
Yep.
So
Okay.
3 points there.
So that's a Marvel.
That's a Marvel. He was Commissioner Gordon in the
DC.
in DCEU. Yeah. But that actually may end up being DCU Elseworlds, depending on how James Gunn plays
okay.
it.
But as for now.
Yeah, 3 points there.
Okay.
Westworld, 1 point. Venture Brothers, 1 point.
Okay.
BoJack Horseman. Would you consider that a genre series?
I've never seen BoJack Horseman.
I didn't either. So we can. I had him a point down for it, so we can nix that.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty.
Okay.
So 1 point since you ate their sauce, whatever, Jay. That time you were so excited.
Sauce, Jay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the McDonald's, the sauce that you got from.
That wasn't Rick and Morty.
What was it?
That was an anime.
That was
thing.
anime.
Yeah. McDonald's.
I thought that came from Rick and Morty. That's all the same. Anyway, Hunger Games,
Okay.
2 points.
Okay.
Bond,
Yeah.
2 points.
That's genre movie because we're not counting that as a franchise.
Yeah. He was in Lady in the Water.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 1
Franchise
point.
movie.
He,
That should be 2, right? That's the genre movie.
yeah, genre movie, yeah. And then he was in The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
Oh, was he really?
So 1 point for that.
Okay. And also, what about him playing Batman in the podcast?
See, I didn't include podcast. I did not include podcast
We
or
may come
video
back to
game
that.
appearances.
We may come back to because we may have to come back to the video game appearance, especially. Anyway,
So with that, if we include BoJack, he has 18.
okay,
And if he doesn't, he has 17.
okay.
So what do you think about that idea for...
I think that's good.
It's a little complicated,
I have
but
a
it's
feeling we won't remember it. We can't.
I
remember
have it written down.
Okay. We have
So.
I can't remember the regrettable, not regrettable thing. So.
But, I mean, this allows us to quantify.
So who are we talking about today?
We're talking about David Tennant.
Okay.
So we went through the totality there of Jeffrey Wright, who
Yeah.
we have talked about having a lot of Greek geek cred. So
Actually, Greek.
he's
right?
actually Scottish, not Greek.
yeah,
No, Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright's not Scottish.
We're talking about David Tennant.
We were just
talking
saying about Jeffrey Wright. Just then, and now we're transitioning.
transition to David
Tennant,
Tennant.
who
Don't
is in
confuse
fact
me with the
Scottish.
facts.
Don't confuse you with the facts. So David Tennant has a lot of geek
Oh
credentials.
gosh, yeah, I wrote down a bunch. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really, really nuts. So
Nuts, not.
what?
He thought you said it's really, really
I
not
said it's crazy, and you said it's not.
but he said it's nuts.
It's nuts.
Okay.
It's crazy. So what do you got him down for?
Well, we start with Doctor Who. So
You can do that.
I mean, that seems to be the
What he's most known for.
most known for Doctor Who. So that would be a 3, right?
Yes.
3 points. Jessica
Franchise,
Jones.
yes, that's right.
Jessica Jones, which is B3.
That would
Franchise.
That's Marvel.
Yeah. Because he played Kilgrave.
Right.
in
See,
Jessica Jones.
I need to go watch it. I haven't seen that.
Oh, man.
you need to see that.
Yeah.
That is great. That's
He's the best part of it. The first season's the best one to watch.
That series may be the best series. That and Daredevil's first season on the Netflix.
I didn't
Marvel.
realize he was in it. For that reason, I want to go back.
I would love to see him back in a. It'd be
So
great.
this is flipping back to related to the regrettable. He was a voice in Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur TV series.
Okay.
Moon Boy.
So Moon Girl.
Oh, okay.
I didn't put that down because I didn't see that.
I only saw it because it jumped out at me because I was looking at the Moon Girl
Gotcha.
stuff. So would that be
That's
that's
one.
a series? So
Yeah, that's one.
TV series. He was in Ahsoka, Clone Wars.
That's
So
right.
Star
Major
Wars.
franchise.
That's
That's
3.
Played Huang. He was the voice of Huang.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
I was going to try to say that, but yes. Sandman. He was in Sandman.
Which is
DC.
genre series. Oh no, that's friend. Would
That's
you
a
include
DC
that?
project.
I would say that's a genre series.
Okay, since it's really more Wildstorm. What's the name of that?
It was Vertigo.
Vertigo. Okay.
Vertigo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a 1 instead of a 2.
That's right.
Something in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
He was a voice in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for 15 episodes, so I have that
one.
down. That's right.
A series.
He was in Harry Potter.
He was
Yep.
in Harry Potter.
So
that's a franchise.
that's
That's
a
3. That's right.
So I don't know how this fits in, but he was in Thunderbirds, a voice in Thunderbirds.
Voice in Thunderbirds. I've got it as one
Genre
point. That's a
series.
genre series.
How does Good Omens play in this at all?
Good Omens is a genre series.
Yeah.
Okay, and he played the voice of Scrooge McDuck in a bunch of Disney
And
cartoons.
DuckTales. I did not include DuckTales because I
Well,
don't.
this was more than DuckTales. It was Chip and Dale. There was a whole bunch of things that he.
Yeah, but I don't. That's not really.
Let's give it genre series.
All right, we'll add him in.
I mean, he was.
You missed a couple too. Which
Yeah, I didn't. And what Simpsons? He was in the Simpsons.
Simpsons playing Doctor Who.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it? Okay, I didn't
yeah.
see that.
Yeah, but I mean, I gave him a point for the Simpsons. He was in Family Guy.
I saw the Family Guy. Just didn't write it down.
Fright Night.
See, I didn't know what that was. I saw that, but
It's a horror movie.
Yeah,
It's a remake of a horror movie.
but I thought it was a TV series.
Was it a TV series?
I think it was a movie. Is what he was.
I
All
thought
right,
it was
then
a
let's give
remake
him
of the-
two.
Yeah.
So then you've got.
How to Train Your Dragon. Did you say
Yeah,
that already?
I didn't say that. No, and that's pretty much what
That
I
the
wrote
movie
down.
or the series version?
Well, he was in both, but we'll give him 2 for the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got one more I wrote down that's not going to fit your list, but that's
I've
all
got
I
him
have
with
so far.
21 points, but probably need to
Does
add.
Broadchurch fit into?
No, that's not genre.
Not geek. Okay.
No.
Nor does his online stuff with Michael Sheen, which
No.
is great.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's great stuff. You know, and I think he should get 10 points because his father-in-law is Peter Davison, who was the 5th Doctor. But, you know, he married
We don't have
the
a
doctor's,
category for.
he married the doctor's daughter, so.
Nepotism.
Yeah. So I've got 21 or 22. It would be 22 with Fright Night. So,
Okay.
so his geek index is very high.
Very high, yeah, and in broad. And just flipping back, I noticed one of the things he was in. I don't know what the Catherine Tate show was back in the 90s.
Comedy.
Yeah.
But she ends up being a companion, right?
Yeah, so he was on the Catherine Tate show after she appeared in Doctor Who in the late 2000 aunts. And the Catherine Tate show was a long-running TV show, so they had some specials, and he would show up on that
Okay.
after she was his companion.
Okay, so the companion came first.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, her show came first then. You know, she was great. Donna Noble is fabulous, and she came back with the 3 Doctor Who specials.
Oh, that's
before-
where I got to know her.
Yeah. How is she in real life?
She's lovely. She's lovely.
Yeah, I bet she would be. And
So one question I have though is that like his part in the Harry Potter movie is very, very small. So we're giving him the same 3 points that Daniel Radcliffe would get. I mean, I'm just asking.
I did not give a threshold. I mean,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright only says a couple words in The Watcher.
Yeah.
And we gave him 3, in The Watcher. So I mean, it's our
I'm comfortable
index.
with that. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's a big dude in this world, and he has a part that
Yeah.
you would recognize.
Okay.
In that movie.
And that was really kind of his first
yeah.
real known role.
It's certainly easier if we don't try to qualify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, you're going to forget it anyway.
That's true.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
This should be fun. I like the.
yeah. So, hey, you like this index?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that gives.
I'm nodding yes.
Yeah. Jay's nodding yes. Let's
I'm
give
nodding.
Jay, who are you? You're
I
Art.
Art, yeah.
Yeah. So that gives Tennant a 21 geek index.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good start.
Yeah. Now, have we talked Pedro Pascal already, or have we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
July
July the
last
2nd. Last year, actually.
Yeah. Last year, Pedro Pascal's geek index is going to be fairly high too. So
And getting higher all the time.
yeah, that's right. Because if you look at Pedro, vote for Pedro. Game of Thrones, which is going to be 3. Marvel, which is going to be 3. What else is he in? Last of Us
Last
is
of
going to
Us.
be 1.
Game of Thrones. Did you say that already?
I did say Game of Thrones.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Star Wars, Game of Thrones.
Star Wars is going to be 3.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's at 10 right there.
And he's about to be in the Marvel universe.
Well, I gave him that.
Oh, you did already.
MCU
Okay.
as Reed.
As Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I'll look at.
Oh, he's also played. He was in Wonder Woman '84.
Wonder Woman. Yep.
He was in Wonder Woman 84, so that's going to be 3.
Uh huh.
Let me get my little thing up.
So we're like 13 now. something like
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
So he's
Your dad
approaching
was a
Jeffrey.
math major, wasn't he?
More than a major. Yes.
He was in Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Was he?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 2. Let's see, what else was he in? That would be genre-esque. We're not going to count the home movie Princess Bride edition.
Okay.
As fun as it was.
Yeah. We said Kingsman. What else was he in? That may get him.
What's his total?
Hold on.
May not be as high as we thought.
I don't think he's quite up to Jeffrey yet.
I'm looking to see if there's anything else that would qualify. Earth versus the Spider. We've got to give him 2 points for. That's a TV movie. We'll give him 1 point for that. He was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Wow.
So there's 2 points there. Good versus Evil, the TV series. Do you remember that, Art, from 99?
I don't.
I don't remember that either. So that's 2 points. The Adjustment Bureau. That was that a sci-fi?
Yeah, that was a Matt Damon. I think Emily Blunt may be in that with him. It's
So-
a Philip K. Dick movie. So yeah,
So
definitely genre movie.
That's 2 points. So we're going to add 4 to this. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. He's at 17 right there.
Okay, well that hits Jeffrey.
He's right there, Jeffrey Wright. So yeah, Geek Index. I kind of like this.
Cool.
Yeah, we
This
need
is
to
fun.
come up with some more people. If we could just
We'll
call
call it
the
the-
person we were going to do.
We'll call it the geeky GI as opposed to the upper or lower GI. That's why I said you could say GOCA GI can be interpreted different ways on different days. But back to David Tennant. David Tennant obviously has got credibility. He's got way beyond the geek factor. I mean, Tennant played in Broadchurch, both the UK and American versions. He seems like he's all over the place.
Yeah.
So I loved him in Broadchurch. Now, Art, you've seen Broadchurch.
No, we talked about this. We watched the
You watched the American
version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What about you, Jay?
I have not, but I was just looking at this. Was reminded I need to get Melissa hooked up to that because she likes the British shows.
Yeah, Broadchurch is great. It's got Jodie Whittaker in it as well. Mm-hmm. And so Chris Chibnall's the showrunner who goes on to ruin he goes on to be showrunner for Doctor Who during Jodie Whittaker's run.
Okay.
So,
what's interesting is you're going to find character actors are going to have a lot more potential for a upper GI than leads.
Yeah.
Because, they can be in everything. I'm thinking, James Hong, who y'all may or may not know who I'm talking about. You'd know him if you saw him. He's almost 100 years old now. Has been just about everything. He's in Blade Runner. He's in
what's his name?
James Hong.
Hung.
Hong.
Oh yeah. He's in everything everywhere all
Yeah.
at once.
Okay, well, we saw that this weekend.
Did you like
save that? I haven't decided yet.
I need
That's
to.
kind of a lot of reaction. That's a very similar reaction.
I need to finish watching it, and then we need to talk about it probably. So, yeah, he's been in everything: Kung Fu Panda, Big Trouble in Little China.
That's what I was trying to think of. Big Trouble in Little China.
Man.
Born in 1920, so he is 95 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Gremlins, Kung Fu Panda, Family Guy, Diablo 4. That's a video game that's not in our index. So, but yeah, he would be. Was he in Doctor? He was in Star Wars Visions, Batman: Soul of the Dragon, Space Command. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, he's been everywhere. He may win the whole kit and caboodle.
And again, part of that's a longevity thing. So,
For sure. He's got
I mean,
that.
I'm going to see if he was in the original Doctor Who.
And I'm interested, you've got folks like Henry Cavill, who, ends up being in little, in franchises and stuff. So you're wondering, okay, so he's starting to get.
James Hong wins because he was in a 1956 Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Look at all this. Playhouse 90. The New Adventures of Charlie Chan. Zorro. Yeah.
So back to Tennant. How old is he? Do you have any idea? I didn't look at his.
Tennant's what, 48, 47?
Okay.
I don't
Really?
know
That's
for sure.
young.
I'm
I
older
would've
than
thought.
Tennant.
He's born in 1971, so
So
I'm
he's
also
53.
older than him. So
And I
So he's got a lot. He's got a lot of time left. So he's really got a pretty.
And the thing is,
index.
as these actors get older, now Tennant's definitely a leading man type actor, but he also plays characters very well.
Mm-hmm.
And as he gets older, I think that he'll be able to continue to work with that stuff. So.
And he's got the potential. He's shown already that he can be a serious role and a fun role.
He's also got a pretty good film career. He's actually going to he's going to play Macbeth in a West End run of the play. So he's got a really, really nice range, and Tennant just seems to be one of those guys that you'd like to hang out with.
Yeah, he's
he
fun.
really does. He does
like
seem
a fun
that.
person.
And he seems to embrace geek culture. Like, he will do shows, he will do Comic-Cons left and right, and then he'll sit there and talk to folks and have pictures taken and whatnot. He seems to really get into that. But yeah, he was in Fright Night. I mentioned Fright Night. Yeah. So Ark, the animated series. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I've seen that. I think that's does it say it's pretty current? Because I've seen it showing up on the billboard of one of the streaming services.
Yeah, 2024.
Yeah.
Follows survivor and protagonist Helena Walker after her initial awakening on the island.
Yeah. So he does a voice in that.
Yeah. By the way, I'm starting to watch Lost.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Yeah.
That may be the end of the show.
Maybe the end of the show.
Yeah.
Get to the end of Lost.
Shogun was very good, by the way.
Let me tell you what I've gotten hooked on. I don't
Phonics?
know. Worked for me. Welcome to Wrexham.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think that would be good. I saw an ad for that last night.
It's phenomenal. The new season's coming out in a few weeks.
So is it like a behind the scenes kind of thing, or what is it?
So Ryan Reynolds, who has a high geek score as well.
God, no kidding.
And but don't peg him to Green Lantern, please.
Yeah, but I mean, still, that'd be part of his geek.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. And Rob McElhaney, who is in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
They decide to buy a small Welsh soccer team in Wrexham.
Yeah.
Football team.
Yeah, it's football.
Football.
If you're
It's
over,
life.
yeah. If you're over the pond, it's football. But and so they proceed. Wrexham is in the 5th tier of English football. So you have EPL, English Premier League, then you have the Champions League, then you have League One and League Two. So that would be like equivalent to Double A to Major League Baseball or Single A. Below that League Two, you have the National League, which is where Wrexham has been for 15 years, and it's a pretty horrible league. There's not much publicity. There's not much prize money. It's kind of like it's basically like semi-pro baseball.
Yeah, okay.
And so they come in and they drop millions of dollars to acquire players, to upgrade. And so the documentary is the whole transformation of the Wrexham football team.
Yeah, the ad for the 3rd season talks about, McElhaney talks about, he said, Rocky won, Rocky loses. Season 1, we lose. Season 2, or Rocky 2, he wins. Season 2, we win. And then 3rd season, I forget what he said, but it was an interesting kind of comparison.
Very much so. Very much so. In fact,
do they jump up a league at some point if they continue to do well? I mean, I learned that from Ted Lasso.
Yeah, that's
So promotion, relegation.
Everything I know about.
Yeah,
Football.
Yeah. So with the National League, the team that wins outright, the team that finishes first place, gets promoted up.
Okay.
And then there's a playoff for teams 2 through 7 to whoever wins that gets promoted. So,
okay. And then, but I guess somebody has to drop out too from the league above. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So the 2 finish in last place and the league above drop down.
Okay.
So
did they move yet? We've changed topics entirely, but
do you want to know or do you want to find out?
I want to watch.
Okay.
It is great. It is phenomenal. McElhaney and Reynolds are hilarious. I mean, but it's really cool to see their journey with the team. Rob McElhaney, the little setup of it is pretty funny. One of the writers on Sunny Philadelphia is familiar with Wrexham and basically brings up to McElhaney, you should buy this team because there's a lot of potential, blah, 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 blah. And McElhaney's he's like, okay, I have TV money. TV money's pretty good, but I need movie money, and more so than that, I need Marvel movie money.
Oh, that's good.
And actually, I need Deadpool money. And so he and Ryan had never met before.
Really? I thought they were friends before. Okay.
No, they're like best friends now. So
Yeah.
I would highly recommend watching Welcome to Rex.
And he did it and then called Blake and that's his wife, right? Blake Lively.
Blake Lively, yeah.
Yeah. And said, "Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
I bought a team."
Sold mint, bought a Wrexham.
Well, the thing about Ryan Reynolds, he owns part of, well, he doesn't anymore, but Aviation Gin, he had a controlling stake in. That's been sold. Mint Mobile. They also, McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds bought 20% of Alpine, the F1 team, recently. So it's nuts what they've done.
Wow.
So, but anyway, I couldn't stop watching. I don't get hooked on a series quite.
And what's it on?
It's on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay.
Yeah. So you can go from, Shogun to Wrexham.
Yeah.
So told Bonnie I'd love to go to Wrexham just to see the town. I mean, the tourism has just gone through the roof to the point that this last season, ESPN, they would mention Wrexham in Sports Center coverage.
Wow.
So
That's pretty impressive.
it's nuts.
Amazing what money will do.
Yeah. Well, money and publicity because the Hulu series has been pretty popular. So, all right. So right now, back to our subject matter. David Tennant, I would crown him the king of geeks right now because he has the high score.
Of the ones we've actually gone through and reviewed.
Of the three we've looked at.
I think we need to go back and look at Pedro. And
Did we not just do that?
Well, I think we've got to go we've got to go
more
a little
detailed.
Yeah. Okay. But I still think Tennant's going to be, 21.
I think James Hong's going to be our guy, though.
I think James Hong's going to be the king.
I'm curious what M. Emmett Walsh would do. He just passed away. He was a bunch of stuff. Like I said, if you look at character actors, I think that's where you're going to find.
Yeah. Hong was in The Outer Limits. Mm-hmm. He was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., The Fugitive. He was in Destination Inner Space. I mean, he was in Gomer Pyle, USMC. Wow. Yeah.
I kind of remember that episode, I think.
Do you?
I think I do, yeah. It seems like he owned a restaurant. Oh, he's also probably one of his most famous TV appearances is in Seinfeld in the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Earth 2.
Oh, that's a good show.
Yeah. He was in the Bob Newhart show. The original Bob. I mean, yeah, this guy's going to take it. He was in Chinatown. That's not genre, but I mean, I love Chinatown. Mm-hmm. I need to watch Chinatown. Have you seen it, Jay? Chinatown?
I don't think so.
Forget it, Jake. It's just Chinatown.
I was going to say, forget it, Jay. It's just Chinatown.
Is Chinatown the one that they talk about in the Godfather documentary? They're talking about doing the next movie. I think Chinatown is one of the ones that Bob, what's his name, is about to produce.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe so. Back to James Hong. He was in the.
That's what I'm trying to think of.
He was in The Bionic Woman, Wonder Woman, and the Hardy Boys Nancy Drew mysteries.
Telling you.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
Hardest working man in show business.
I mean, he really is.
Yep.
So, all right, that's going to do us for this week. We hope to see you next time around.